Welcome to Little Talks, your weekly dose of marketing news, trends, and insights from Littlefield Agency. Grab your coffee, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Welcome back to another edition of Little Talks with Littlefield Agency. I'm Sam Littlefield. With me is
Roop
and
Claude.
Claude is in the house. Everyone had a great weekend. We are sunsetting these summer weekends, and that is A-okay because fall, here we come. How are you, my friend? What's new?
Geez, nothing.
You know, that's good.
You know what's new? I didn't know it was called Sobo. Is that what you called it?
You never heard of that?
No.
It's on a wall.
Yeah, bro.
It's literally
Sobo.
painted
I
mask.
literally just said that's too far west for me.
Which, by the way, that's insane. It's like 2.5 blocks. Yeah, Sobo, dude. It's cool.
Sobo, that's cool.
All the cool kids are saying it. There you go. You can.
Are you guys screwing with me?
No, I swear.
Okay.
I
it's
swear.
seriously
I
called
swear.
Sobo.
Okay.
Oh, but you know, that gives you an idea. We should screw with them on something.
Yeah.
We are not screwing with you there, but we will elsewhere, my
Okay,
friend.
I'll
Yeah.
start calling it Sobo.
We've got a fun week. Mike was in last week here in Tulsa. We mentioned that last week on the podcast. We got a big shoot in Phoenix. We got quite the crew that are over in the desert. Flew out this morning, scout later today, shoot
bet it's
tomorrow. Ooh, what is let's see, Phoenix weather.
I'm going to guess 111.
Oh, damn, you're close. 108 today, 112 tomorrow, 113 on Wednesday.
So I was right there in the middle.
Now, a nice cool front next Monday is 101.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so we got a big shoot in Phoenix with Ditch Witch, our friends over in Ditch Witch. That'll be a great couple of days for the Littlefield and Ditch Witch crew. And then you are back up in Mound Ridge on Wednesday.
This Wednesday, yeah.
Who's going with you?
Anna?
Anna?
Chris, Brock, and Anna. And we're going to do our quarterly analytics. And,
Nice. Yeah.
Analytics review and AI, SEO, and SEO and all that jazz.
Yeah, man. We're cruising this week. Just bopping around the country, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And we got I think a very interesting topic for us today, Claude. And I think maybe you and I haven't debated in a while. I see some things on this.
Oh, you're going to fight on
script.
this?
I think I'm going to fight you a little bit, but I'm going to agree with you. But I'm going to fight you. I'm feeling feisty.
This is a topic from 2 weeks ago that got bumped last week.
Because you weren't listening.
I wasn't paying attention.
You weren't paying attention to the podcast.
Right.
Do you listen to our podcast anymore?
Sometimes. I watch it.
Man. I listen to it every week.
I watch it.
Thursday
I wanna
mornings.
I want to see Claudia's craftsmanship on the editing.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, that's really nice, Roop. Are you being serious?
Yeah, I think she does a good job.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
I listen, but okay, that's okay. So please announce the topic.
Okay, so this week's topic is: should brands be smaller
Smaller.
on social media in 2027?
What a very, should brands be making a big splash on social? No, should they be smaller? And by the way, before we dive into this topic, can you define social? What is social media to you?
Oh boy,
I think it connotes a different term for many people.
So social platforms, of course, are social media. So places like Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads,
TikTok.
YouTube is technically a social channel and a search engine and a video platform.
Do you think LinkedIn's a social channel?
Yes.
Okay, so interesting. I don't view LinkedIn as a social channel. And we were putting together a presentation the other day, and it was like something in social. And I was like, okay, well, guys, social, what about LinkedIn? They're like, well, LinkedIn's in social. So I'm just the odd guy out here. But
I think any platform where you interact with another human.
Because you're socializing on a media platform. Yeah. Aha, we're going to this.
Reddit social.
Ooh, are you saying Reddit social?
I don't like it, but yes.
Yeah, it is true. And we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Okay, cool. So we're saying, should brands from all sorts of social media platforms be smaller in 2027?
But we're not necessarily saying all brands.
Ooh, okay. There's your curveball. So
yeah.
First question, are brands posting too much?
Maybe.
Okay.
If you feel like you're posting out of some sort of dedication to the calendar, or you've got a boss.
The content calendar.
Or you've got a boss
that makes you post 20 times a month on
LinkedIn.
For the sake of the algorithm.
Yeah. So like if you feel like you're posting too much or you have nothing to say, you probably are posting too much.
Are we posting too much? Is this a
intervention?
You know what? God, you guys are catching it in real time. I see what you're freaking doing here, man. This is sketchy.
No, we're okay. But if you're a small B2B brand.
Okay. Or what if you're a big B2B brand?
We'll talk about them in a minute. But the small guys. If you're a small B2B brand and you have limited resources, even if you're a big B2B brand, most of these folks have at best one social media person. Really lucky if you got two, but most are a one-man band running this show.
True.
And then you're saying, hey, We want you to post on LinkedIn and Facebook and X and YouTube and Instagram and Reddit and Threads.
And the last thing you want to do, boy, Threads. Geez, forgot about Threads. You still on Threads?
Bigger than X.
Are you still on Threads though?
Yeah, it's literally the only one I use.
So in that instance, though, what we don't want the social media person to do is just say, okay, one post, boom, click, click, deploy,
Right.
because there's a different messaging strategy per
Different
each
audiences
platform.
per platform. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But you've asked that one person to do a lot of work for maybe not a lot of return.
Okay. A lot.
Yeah. So you might be posting too much. You might be putting efforts in corners that don't matter for you, or not going to be as effective for you.
What's your thoughts on like the purpose of posting? What I'm curious. This is like we're having points of view. I'm not arguing with you yet.
Yeah, not yet.
But why are brands posting?
Okay.
So because I think let's
Sure.
put ourselves in the shoes of the social media people on the brand side, right? They're hired to do this job. Mm-hmm. They're posting. Mm-hmm. There's a content calendar, probably. There's somewhat of a content strategy, hopefully.
We hope.
But ultimately, like, why? Why are they posting?
So,
give us your opinion.
Yeah, it's still true that social media is that street corner where everybody hangs out. And so if you want to be heard, you want to be present, you need to be there.
Okay, yeah.
There's the old stories of folks who, like Rocco, who posted on Twitter back in the day and resulted in a hundreds of $1,000 drill sale. So you can directly correlate social activity to sales in some cases, although shouldn't be your primary.
And I'm talking, by the way, good point, organic.
Yeah.
Talking organically.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, this is not paid. We're talking organic.
I think if you're doing it correctly, one of the things you should be doing, though, is trying to foster a community, especially in 2027.
Yeah.
We're a little ahead of the game, but coming up in 2027. It's not really enough to post just for the sake of posting, just for the sake of check marking off something on your calendar. You want engagement, and you want good engagement. So, if you're just kind of tossing up run-of-the-mill stuff and not thinking too much about it and feeling like, okay, thank God today's over, you're probably not posting for the right reasons.
I agree. I will agree with you there. I think that's probably perfectly said. You say less content, more relevance. Yeah. Okay, I agree with that.
You're just check marking the things you agree with.
Stop chasing reach and start chasing attention. I like this.
Yeah. So reach is one of those kind of metrics that has become soft in a lot of ways. You can buy reach, but you can't really buy engagement. So engagement has always been one of the kind of top tiers of social metrics that we've looked for. Engagement being someone likes, shares, or comments on a post, or clicks at a video or scrolls through a carousel, whatever. Sharing is really the big one, though, right? Because that amplifies your audience, increases your reach, but it's also a social endorsement from someone that likes your brand or uses your product or service. And so that engagement is really, if you think about it, really more important. I would rather have a post that has 20 shares and 100 views than a post that has 100,000 views and no shares. Yeah. Those shares are more valuable and mean more. So it's not so much about reach. It's trying to get that attention and connecting with some of your niche audiences and verticals that will amplify you and want to engage with you and want to ultimately recommend you.
Well, and so we've talked. Yes, 100%. We've talked in the past. The goal of social, right? You're entertaining and you're educating.
Yeah.
I think those are let's just keep it really simple.
Those are the easy ones,
if you can do those two things, and I look at it too, as I interact with brands, and I don't know about you, and Claude, please feel free to chime in from a Gen Zer standpoint, but there are certain channels where I am looking to be educated. Mm-hmm. LinkedIn for sure. Yeah, YouTube, of course. Even sometimes I appreciate thoughtful content on Instagram. Mm-hmm. I don't have Facebook anymore. But then I look at the entertaining side. And entertaining, it could get you a laugh. It could be just, this is just really good content. Could be beautiful photo, video, et cetera. But again, it's that endorsement, that thought.
Reminder the brand exists kind of thing.
And I will, tip my cap in your direction for, do I want to hear from a brand 400 times a week? No. But also there's the brand affirmation, the brand connection of they are top of mind. You do think that, especially from an organic standpoint. But we got to focus on meaningful content instead of being anywhere and everywhere, right?
Yeah. Are they saying things that are relevant to you that you can connect with, you agree with? It helps foster that relationship between you as an individual and the brand.
And I think you have to stay on brand. whatever your brand is. I think it can be. I think there's a balance. By the way, here's where I'm going to argue with you. Does every brand need a TikTok? You say no.
Yeah,
I think they should. Claude, do you have thoughts there?
I agree with Roop.
Damn! Wow, I'm just striking out today.
The TikTok accounts, like where a brand is kind of being snarky in the comment section, is oversaturated.
Yeah.
And it was funny when Wendy's did it.
Oh, I would say Wendy's is very
but I
good
feel like
at
every brand is trying to do it now, and it's kind of annoying.
Well, and I look at that. I will agree there in the sense of like a B2C play, right? I think consumer brands really they have that. There's an opportunity to shine there. I think some can still meaningfully do it in a decent way. But as I look at B2B brands, especially big manufacturers, let's talk about financial institutions on the B2B side, manufacturers, anybody that we're working with. I don't think you need to be in the comments like that. I do agree there. I do think though, there is a play for content purposes, but is it going to be with the latest fad and trend? Because that's what TikTok's about, right? We want to make sure we have the trendy music and whatever's on trend and what's vibing. I still think you can make it relevant to your brand in a fun way. Because again, you're more showing culture in TikTok.
Here's why I don't think every brand needs to be on TikTok. And I'm not saying every brand should be off of TikTok, although TikTokers would probably like that. Mm-hmm. But you might have an angle in there, right? You could convince me otherwise. But what TikTok has become is very much what Reddit has been for a long time, and it's about authenticity.
Agree.
And it's about a real human person sitting there, warts flat. It's the lo-fi content concept. Yep. And brands have a real struggle doing that. Like even when hello, my fellow kids.
I think
it's one of those deals.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really tough to come in an authentic way as a brand where you're a person representing this massive company or even small company. Now, there are some brands I think can get away with it. If you own a small repair shop or you're a small dealership,
for sure,
or you're,
I think dealerships can really capitalize on TikTok.
If you're an artist like the guy that made this table for us,
Mm-hmm.
I think you can do really well on a platform like TikTok because it's you and it's authentic and it's small and it's focused. I think it gets tougher the bigger you are.
Yeah, and okay, so I'll agree there. As I think about the dealership is a very interesting example because we work with, 90% of our client base are sell through dealer distribution networks. We are working with the corporate entities, right? Not the actual individual dealers themselves. I think there's an opportunity for dealers to showcase that personality, the equipment, the yard. At the end of the day, right? And we've talked about this many times, human in the loop in the world of AI. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, people want to do business with, the humans that they know, love, and trust.
Yeah.
So as we think about, you have a point here, personality matters more than production value. And I do. And as I have to remind myself, this is organic social that we're talking about here. I do agree there. Then, right, there's a whole other conversation that we can talk about on the paid side, because to your point earlier, there is a time and a place of, hey, are we driving clicks and people eventually converting on the website? Is it an awareness play on Meta?
Yeah.
So I do think about, as you think about a measurement plan and navigating that funnel in a paid space, there's so much more intentionality.
And it's different. In paid, paid still works.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Social,
we
absolutely
have a lot of success there.
But it's just like TV. You're watching Breaking Bad. And the commercials are the commercials. You might engage with them, you might not. You might get them to go to the bathroom. They're just kind of part of the process.
I know what you're doing.
So for social media, paid is also part of the process.
Yes. Yeah.
So that you want to, and it does work. Like people do buy stuff based off that. We can see that in reporting we're about to go do in Moundridge this week.
Yep.
So we know that works. But if you're, like you said, organic community manager or social manager, and you're out there on the daily trying to come up with something to say, your experience is a little different. You don't have that benefit of being an ad.
So if you're giving tips and tricks, Roopster, and I'm a B2B brand person, I'm listening. My social media person needs to hear this. What are you advising in the sense? How often should they be posting?
It depends on the platform.
Okay.
I think you need to.
I'm going to say your major platform. Forget X. I'm going to say Meta. So you got Insta and Facebook. You've got LinkedIn, and I'm going to say TikTok. Just throwing it out there.
I would replace TikTok with YouTube.
Okay, perfect. That's fair.
Just because YouTube gets you that SEO reach and does all this other stuff. But I think
across the board, how many times?
What you just did though is what platforms do we have the bandwidth for?
Yeah. And
do we have actually something to say? And where do we have an audience that's going to engage with us?
Very good point.
So it's very likely those platforms you just listed. But if you find that you're not getting engagement after giving it the old college try for a good 6 to 12 months.
Yep.
It's okay. You don't give it up. Put your focus on the ones where you've got something going on.
No, for sure.
Come back to it later. Maybe the universe changes there, but like figure out what your platforms are, and then those platforms will dictate a little bit of how much you need to post. TikTok is an everyday deal, multiple times per day in some cases. That's a lot. So if you're one person and there's only so many things you can video in your environment,
we've had this discussion, right? Internally, the three of us have had many, because what we don't want to do is send Claude on a wild goose chase to just get up a post for the sake of getting up a post.
Yeah.
And then you might battle me on this 20 LinkedIn thing, which, by the way, was your idea.
Was it?
Yes, 100%. Came back. You've been posting 20 times. You're asking me to do my thing as Sam Littlefield, and that's fine. I'm here for it.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. You're right. Claudia has some really cool concepts for some LinkedIn stuff coming up.
Let's go.
Yeah, she's
you can tell us right now?
No.
She's
telling me. No, she's telling me before
tease?
this. No.
Okay.
Follow us on LinkedIn. You'll see.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that's probably a good point, because we experiment a lot on ourselves. And there's sometimes where I think we're stretching to reach a certain thing, and maybe that's a good reminder for us.
If you follow us on LinkedIn over the weekend, you'll see some of that stretch.
I do love a good Saturday or Sunday. I'm like, Roop just woke up from a nap. I love that you're thinking about the brand. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? I still think there is total value if you're mindful in the sense of how you are approaching social from an organic standpoint. Yeah. I do see value there. We've talked about this over and over again. Creating content for the sake of creating content isn't the best approach. But being somewhat strategic, having fun with it, trying things out too.
Yeah.
It's been really interesting to see different brand. I mean, what is a massive success, last week, it may be a flop this week, and that's okay. It's an ever-learning system.
If you have the capacity to post every day on most of these platforms, then great. I'll tell you, your ability and reach, even though we're not really into reach here, but people have to see it to engage with it, lasts about 24 to 48 hours for a post. So you're starting to overlap yourself a little bit and eat up some of your own reach if you're doing it too much. But like 3 times a week's probably good.
I agree.
That's going to be fine. And one more.
12 a month?
Yeah, it's good.
It's doable.
And spend time on those.
Yeah.
Like the day, today's the day I have to do it. Those days when you're not posting, spend that time still working on that post that's coming up. Just make it better and figure out how people – the way to phrase it or the way to publish it in a way that people want to engage or ask you a question or share it or whatever. That's really what you're after. And one more note before I think we're about to wrap. What's our time?
You're at 20 minutes.
Oh, right on the nice. That's
pretty good. It's like actually perfect.
Yeah. I wanted to say something about Reddit in particular as it relates to AI SEO.
There you go.
So
there he goes.
I can see people flood into the comments and saying, hey, but yeah, Reddit's super important because of AI and how it shows up our brand and blah, 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 and AI ChatGPT results, things like that. This is somewhat new in the last week. Reddit's losing its shine in this particular area. 2 weeks ago, it was easily number one was Reddit for cited sources for brands. YouTube was number 2, LinkedIn was number 3, and the rest didn't matter at all. So if you think you're posting on Facebook or Twitter or even Instagram because it's going to help you elsewhere, it really doesn't. That's okay, though. Your audience is there. You want to engage. It's still where you want to be. But Reddit's starting to slip. And
what was the percentage you mentioned earlier?
I think it was 40 or maybe even 60% where they're getting less citations over the last few weeks.
Which, like, over the last year or 2 years,
it was outside
a massive love sesh for Reddit.
So there's been either some I don't know why, there's some correction going on or something behind the scenes where Reddit was trying to monetize this with his AI, LLMs maybe. I don't know. But anyhow, that's shifting. So
keep an eye on that because that'll be interesting to see.
Reddit's still a fine platform for showing up and all that horse.
I mean,
but
poor Claude.
She's going to have to edit that.
She's literally writing down timestamp. Bleep, horse, you know what.
But don't feel like you have to be on Reddit because of AI or SEO a little bit, but not deprioritize it in your list, I would say.
I have one last question for you.
Yeah.
Do you miss community management? You used to do a lot for our clients.
Well, when I was younger and I could tolerate it, it was great. I liked it. But no, I don't spend a lot of time on social anymore, honestly. Yeah. I find myself doing less and less of it.
Now, Roop back in the Facebook days used to just have some great zinger comments out there. I remember that. Won't get into that today.
I got in trouble a few times. Do not follow me on Threads.
Well, on that note, this is good. I thought I was going to argue more with you, but you bring up some good points.
It's just, we're in that planning season. Yeah. This is an area of planning, social strategy and content, and I thought it was good timing.
No, I think that's perfect. So with that being said, next week we have a special guest, a media partner of ours, been well over a year in the making. A guy named Matt Fogarty is going to join us. He'll be joining us virtually, talking about some media trends. Roop was like, yeah, should we have Chris? I was like, I don't think that's going to happen. But we're going to have Matt, and we're going to showcase Matt's talents and what he brings to the table, and that'll be a great episode. So we got to prep with him early next week, and then we go live. And so, Matt, if you're listening to this, we can't wait to have you here on the pod. And Roop, my friend, as always, it's good to see you.
Good to see
Glad
you.
you had a nice weekend. Claude, thank you for everything. And to our listeners, as always, thank you so much for hanging in there with us, whether you were watching or listening, unlike Roop. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Adios.
And that's a wrap. We hope you found a spark of inspiration for your marketing strategy. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us at Littlefield Agency to keep the conversation going. Catch you next time.